and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is how to stay productive during online school / work. These are basically things that have helped me throughout this time. I'm making this video because of the pandemic. Obviously you can see I opened my curtains to let in natural light, my diffuser, beautiful. It just really helps me think, about what I'm gonna do. So let's get on with the video. The first tip is to find a quiet space. This is to ensure that you have a place to focus and then you get your work done quicker. I'm pointing out my desk. The next tip is to set a goal for the day or the week. The next clip shows that I'm writing down on a piece of paper my goal. I wrote down the day, which is April 14th, but this is kind of just when I start school since I don't have online school on Mondays because teachers are in meetings. But I'm basically just writing down my goals for the week, which is just to turn in all my work. I like to make sure that I'm beating the deadlines. You can also do this online instead of on paper. The next tip is to eliminate your distractions. So if your distraction is your phone, if it's reading, whatever it is, eliminate it from your workspace so that you are able to focus on work to get that work done. No matter what it is, you want to eliminate it so you can focus. Moving on, the next tip is to limit social media. I know it's going to be hard for you people that are on social media all the time. You can see I'm on TikTok. But if social media is like a big distraction, obviously it's okay to like take a break and look at social media, but it's not okay to like scroll endlessly and not focus on work. So I really recommend for you just to eliminate your social media or limit it in general so that you won't get distracted on the fact that you are scrolling on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok like I'm doing. TikTok is like really satisfying to watch and see other people, but you want to make sure that you're focusing on anything that is possible. Focus on your work. That's all I can say. Like, to be productive, you need to focus. After you have limited your social media, you should break down your tasks. We all know that you get thrown like a bunch of work at a time, whether in your school, you're in work. You can see I'm just writing down all the things that are due, when they're due, their due dates, things like that. So I feel like if you break down what you have to do, I personally like to do like longer things first and then shorter things second. Or you can do things that are due later last and things that are due sooner first. I feel like it's just logic basically. I'm looking through all my courses to see what is due, writing them down, the due dates, things like that. So I hope that helps you. The next tip I feel like you've heard a lot, which is to be mentally engaged. Before you can be physically there, you need to be mentally there. So your mentality is what brings everything together. So you can see I'm doing math. I'm focusing on my math work, trying to eliminate anything else, focusing on the quiet space and thinking about my thoughts. So I feel like if you're mentally there, it's better than being physically there. Like when you're in school or in work, if you need a mental day off, you should take it because being physically there doesn't mean that you're mentally there, meaning that it's better for you to be mentally there so that you can do your work right. And I feel like that's basically what I'm trying to get at, is that you need to be mentally engaged to just focus on your work and just do it right. Because you want to make sure that you're doing it right the first time than the second time, because then it's just more work having to go back and redo your mistakes, if that makes any sense. Next tip really goes with being mentally there. It's take breaks. This is going to help with being mentally engaged so that you take the stress out of being, locked up. So you can see I'm going out, taking my dog out, just taking in fresh air. The next tip is to stay healthy. Now you're going to think I'm being redundant, but it helps with your mental health. See, redundant. Make sure you're drinking water and eating healthy so that you stay focused on your work to get it done. Next tip is to connect with others. And I know you might be thinking, how is this going to help being productive during online school? Now, if you're going to need help with something, it's good to stay in touch with your friends, because when you go to school, when you go to work, you're talking to people, you're socializing, and actually being social with people is good. So make sure you're socializing with others so that, you can you can just pretend that you're in work or you're in school or you're in your office, you know? The next tip is to make sure you're asking questions. Now that we are at our homes, we cannot physically ask questions, like we're not physically there. So we're not asking our boss or our teacher questions. So to make sure you're just asking questions so that you don't have to so that you're not confused. This is just gonna help with the process, making sure that you're being there. You can see I'm making an email even though I'm not actually making an email. I just said like, hi YouTube. So yeah, just make sure you're asking questions so that you're not confused, because being confused is actually really like frustrating to me at least. So just make sure you're asking questions. So as I mentioned earlier, this tip is to beat deadlines. So in the next clip, you see in the background, I say beat deadlines. So I feel like if you just get your work done, you have time for other things. So you don't have to worry about being at work all the time, doing schoolwork, just not spending time with your family. Because now more than ever, I know you guys think that it's annoying to be with your family all the time, but it really isn't, because I feel like you guys get to know each other a little more. So you can see I'm just crossing out all the things that I already completed, check marking them, things like that. So make whatever floats your boat, just do it. The next tip is to make sure you're rewarding yourself. You guys deserve it for working so hard. So make sure you're just eating a snack. Whatever helps you reward yourself, whatever you like to do, like buying yourself stuff online, that could also work. I'm eating Boob Chicka Pop and Dove chocolate. The next tip is to make sure that you have a study plan or a work plan, whatever you do. Basically, I'm just writing down what I want to do for the day, how I want to tackle all of my tasks. As I mentioned earlier, I like to do my tasks that are longer first so that I just get it over with, or the tasks that are due either that day, things that are due at the end of the week, I kind of like push back. I still like to do them before if I don't have too much work to do, but I do intend to do the work that is due that day or due like the next day first before the ones that are due like in a week or whatever. So I feel like having a study plan is good so that you know what you need to get accomplished in the day. So make sure that you know what you're doing so that you stay on topic, stay on task, you're not dozing off, you're not scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, anything like that. So yeah, just make sure you're doing that. This last tip corresponds with the one that we talked about before, which is manage your time wisely. So I feel like you need to make sure that you know what you have to do in the day, because you don't want to be the type of person that just gets stressed because all of the deadlines are coming soon. You can see I did scroll through my phone, but it wasn't for very long. I like to make sure that I'm doing my work properly. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video helped you relieve some stress because of this pandemic and online school / work. I hope you can take my notes into consideration. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell so you be part of the Angels team. Bye guys.